video, and it's about the story of J. Cole album cover as told by Anthony Supreme on his Instagram. If you don't know who's Anthony Supreme, he's a director, he's a photographer, he shoots photo shit, a lot of things. He does a lot of things. He's a very talented guy. If you don't know who is he, you can check the link below. I've given the link, his Twitter and Instagram link. You can check him out. Now let's go to the point. So in his first Instagram post, he says it only to say this is the official album cover I captured for a real Cole world. That means J. Cole, dropping December 9, photography by me. Part 1 by 3. Here's a long backstory for you. I'm super excited about this cover and album artwork I captured for my favorite artist of all time, J. Cole, and proud to say this is my first official album cover. This represents all that I am and where I am from, North Carolina. I remember being in a record store in Sydney with my girlfriend saying to her, I want to do an album cover someday. I want to walk into a store, see something I created on the record store around the world. I remember her saying, who would you want to do cover for? I honestly didn't know at the time. Then a week later I get a text from Scott, who works for Dreamville and good friend of mine, asked me, you want to do photography for J. Cole's new album? I was like, hell yeah. Crazy, right? On his second Instagram post it says, I remember the day I pitched this photo to J. Cole. I was nervous as fuck. It was in September and we're on 2-week tour of creation for his album. I thought this was the perfect photo for his cover. It took me 2 days to build up enough confidence to show him 6 to 7 specific photos I felt stood out to me. But this one stood out the most of this young boy in Atlanta. I was nervous to sit down with Cole and his manager to discuss my findings in the back of this huge tour bus. I described to Cole that there was just something about this young boy's eyes, because that day Cole, Scott, and I just randomly stumbled upon this neighborhood in Atlanta while shooting footage for something later to come. This Atlanta neighborhood was just going crazy. People were running out of their house to take a photo of Cole and ask him questions, but there was something to me about this boy and how he kept looking at Cole. As he walked around his neighborhood, I can see his eyes, how much this experience is slowly changing his life forever. The young boy's face just stood out to me to capture. I saw in his eyes he knew nothing about J. Cole, but was somewhat amazed how everyone was reacting to him. The boy even asked Cole several times who he watched, but he couldn't understand what was going on in his world. Cole and I spent hours one night looking for photos for his album, but nothing seemed to stand out. Then a few days passed and I finally found this photo that I felt represented the cover too much to me to pitch to him, which at the time Cole felt something about this photo as well but wanted to think about it. On his third and last Instagram post he says, a few months passed and I got news this week from Scott. He made this his album cover, which is kinda amazing to me because everything was created during that time period was pure in the monument. Pure connection, and all the photos and connect to come represent just that, human connection, the universe and conscience life. I must say I can't wait for the world to see the rest of my photography I captured throughout this process in his album booklet that represent one of the greatest moments of my life. I must say I was nervous every day and became very motivated and inspired by this wonderful human, J. Cole. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I'm from Monroe, North Carolina, a small city outside Charlotte, North Carolina, and to have my first official album cover with J. Cole, that's a huge representation of North Carolina, is really a dream come true. Thank you, Real Cole World, King of Queens and Dreamville Records for letting me create this for you. And yeah, this was it. This was the story behind the J. Cole For Your Eyez Only cover art, and it's kind of motivational, you know what I mean? Like, if you are doing something and keep on doing that thing, man, one day you'll catch a dream and one day the dream will come true. Until next video, peace out.